Hello everyone.
Hello and welcome to T42. I don't know how we're doing this or what we're doing. Apparently we're doing a podcast, but we're also doing a video for it, so I guess it's a video podcast.
It's just a podcast. Podcast, because this can be listened to either like just auditory or it can be watched. Okay,
if you can hear any excess noise, we do live in a house with other people. We are in the basement. We've got the kitchen upstairs and a hallway, so you might hear a bit of thudding.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Told you a bit of thudding. So welcome to T for Two. Name might change.
Yeah.
We don't. It's a work in progress.
T for two means theatre for two.
Yeah.
Or it could just mean tea. Yeah, so I've been saying to Lewis for ages that I really want to do a podcast. I love listening to podcasts, and I don't really know of any like musical theatre podcasts, do you?
Carrie Hope Fletcher and Slind Skonmaker did like it was more themed around women. No, I don't actually know of any.
Did you feel left out?
Not at all. I feel like I'm one of the gals anyway.
Of course.
But yeah, so we thought we would do this as a new venture. Obviously you're watching on Zsara's channel. So hello anyone who's popped over from my channel over to Zsara's to watch or listen to this. I just couldn't bother to have it on my channel. Not out of like I didn't want it on my channel, but I just thought it would be fairer for Zsara to have it on her channel.
Thank you, Lewis.
I'm such a humble. No. Actually, did you know humble doesn't actually mean like, if I was like, oh my god, I'm so humble, that's actually a good thing.
What?
Yeah, look, 1 minute, this is actually quite interesting. So you know when people are like, oh, I'm so humble, like it's actually a good thing.
No, it's more like you say to someone else they're very humble.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing though. To be humble.
To be humble is to not like be arrogant.
Look, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance. Having
or showing, yeah, a low estimate, so you don't think you're like amazing. You just, you know, you're very like.
Humbled. Now I saw someone Google it the other day. Yeah, no, look, cause someone to feel less important or proud, humiliate, abase, demean, belittle, lower, degrade. Who would have thought?
No.
I know, right? And
anyway.
So there we go, I'm not humble. I'm just a bad bitch.
I'm just going to call you humble from now on because it's not a very good word. Wow, Lewis is so humble.
I like, wait, yeah, but I don't think you could say it like that. Anyway, besides the point, so we're here. The objective of this chit chat or two is theatre based, I assume, and just worldly issues that surround theatre.
Yes.
So we don't really know what to talk about today, so we're just going to do a bit of an introduction. So hello, if you're new here, my name is Lewis, and
oh, I thought you were just doing a long pause.
No, I'm not going to
Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Zsara. And we train at a drama school, so we should
probably talk about it, actually.
Yeah, so we are actors in training, both of us. We're on different courses.
Yeah.
Lewis is on
acting,
and I'm on acting, writing, and directing and creating.
And you're probably thinking, what's the difference between acting and acting, writing, directing, and everything else under the sun? Well, my course is actor-singer. We only look at acting and singing. The only time we really do any directing work is in a short few weeks, which we do self-direct at the start of every year, where we get to direct and devise our own pieces, whereas Zsara, who's on acting, writing, directing, does
predominantly mostly acting, but also we're given the absolute freedom if we want to direct, if we want to write, if we want us to create something new as an ensemble, as a class, then we can. But we also do musical theatre, and we did do dance in our first year as well.
You did ballet,
so yeah, we did, and I do tap as well in the musical theatre society,
which I think I'm gonna have to start taking up.
Please come,
because,
Damien.
Yeah, so basically I want to play Damien in Mean Girls.
Well, we should do like a podcast of like dream roles.
Oh, imagine we should do that. Might come soon. I can play that.
No, I know you can.
Yeah, shady bitch.
Well, if you like get your tap classes,
yeah, we get my tap
classes.
Literally, everyone's like, Lucy, you need to start doing tap, and I'm just like, yeah.
I can't just sing through this one, Lewis.
I know, I can't just sing my way through this. So yeah, LCM, back to LCM, I think it's an incredible drama school. I actually mentioned this in a Q&A that I did on my channel that I've just filmed tonight, funnily enough. And I think it's an incredible drama school. A lot of people don't really recognise it, and they're like, oh, it's not a drama school, but it is. We
Yeah.
get the same training as anyone else at any
Yeah.
drama school, just because we're not there, you know, for the same amount of hours that maybe
Yeah.
a drama school where you have to pay 15 grand a year to go to. I mean, we're fortunate that our drama school is affiliated with a university, University of West London, represent. Affiliated with that, so it's all completely funded by the government. So that's kind of what's lucky. I actually met with someone today who studied at Mount View, and we were talking about it, and I was like, you might not have heard of it. But and then someone who went to bed, and I was like, look, you might not have heard of it, but I go to London.
It's becoming more well known though, like more
Definitely.
people. It's very new. It's I think the musical theatre course is like 10 years, and yours is 6?
Maybe 6.
Maybe.
I couldn't
And
tell
I'm
you.
the first year of my course, so we're a very new school. So all of us are very hard working because of the
Yeah.
people they employ. We want to do well and give the school a good
And
name.
there's like a
And
lot
the
of
teachers
people
are
are now,
incredible.
yeah, and a lot of our alumni, even current alumni, are now like, you know, in West End shows and things like that. We've got
Yeah.
people in Great Gatsby going into 6, who were in, I believe someone's in Book of Mormon.
Yeah,
we've got someone in
got
Book
an
of
Elder
Mormon.
Cunningham, yeah.
Someone else was in Book of Mormon, I think. I don't know. There is a whole long list
Yeah.
of people that have done things or doing things currently. So yeah, that's LCM.
Well, we could do that another.
We could
talk
do a
for a
we could
whole
do a
hour
whole
about that because
hour
I
about
love it
LCM.
so much. And
Yeah, it's very interesting.
yeah, we can talk about our courses
Oh God,
as
yeah,
well
in
because they are
depth.
very different, but in a
Very
in a
different.
in a
In a
great
good
way.
way,
Yeah, in
yeah,
a great way.
yeah.
So that's what we do. Maybe we should talk about how we met. So, or maybe our theatre like background, how we came to this.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah,
I know
will.
why you're laughing.
Yeah,
we'll
we
get
will.
to that, right?
So, we'll get to that. What do you mean?
What did you? Well, we'll get to that later. We'll
Okay.
talk about that later. Start
Yeah.
about. Tell me, Lewis. Tell me, Lewis. Theatre. How did you get into theatre?
So I actually answered this on my Q&A on my channel as well, but I'll answer it again. It's not like it's...
You're trying to say
it's
you're
not
too
like
good for my viewers.
No, imagine. So a lot of people say like, how did you get into theatre? I would say, as much as I don't think they're great musicals or films, Grease and Hairspray got me into theatre. Do you remember they had a TV show to find a Danny and Sandy for Grease on the West End?
No.
They probably didn't have that.
No, this was before
But,
I got into it.
so they had a TV show where that was back in like 2006,
Wow.
and that kind of got me in. I saw Grease, that was my first ever West End show, and then Hairspray secondly, and that kind of spiralled me into it. And I started doing Saturday morning drama groups, and then I started getting my confidence through that. I actually started singing in front of people, which for those that do know me, I sing literally all the time. You can't stop me. And yeah, that's about it really.
And so this is always something you wanted to do?
Oh,
You never had any of the
Oh, well,
doubt?
I mean, when I was 5, I probably wanted to be a chef or a Power Ranger, but, you know, either or.
I'd very much doubt that. Power Ranger?
Oh,
Did you?
I loved Power Rangers when I was a kid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, but that's not the point. So yeah, that's the tea with me. What about you, Zsara Jaeger?
Thank you. No, I was so I loved to sing when I was 6. I was a bit of a late bloomer especially to the theatre world. Like, I loved to sing when I was little, and then I was like bullied in high school, so I like fell out of it and didn't do any performing at all. And then it wasn't till I literally did A-levels and hated it, I was like, I want to go back into it, because I had a very bad high school experience when I did GCSE drama. My teacher basically told me I was talentless and to not do it at college. So I listened to her because, you know, I was 16. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have followed even though I felt like I was going into it late. And then I did A-levels and I did A-level drama, and then while I was there, my teacher came up to me and was like, we're doing this musical Rent, and we need people to like be in it, come and audition. I had never even heard of Rent, and I auditioned and I was in the ensemble. I was Blanket Woman.
That's quite a vibe.
It was
Touching
a massive,
blankets.
yeah, she's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I was really, really sassy, and I loved it. And then I fell in love with the show, and then all of a sudden I literally had applied for universities to do film. I cancelled all of my applications right there and then. I was like, I want to train in musical theatre, and then ever since then I've been absolutely crazy about it and tried to get into drama school, and then on my 3rd year round I got into LCM. I auditioned for musical theatre initially, and then got taken onto this course, which at the time when I applied, you couldn't audition for this course. They were selecting people from the other pools to be put in it because they wanted the first year to like be people they chose. It wasn't we couldn't apply for it. It was one of those.
You couldn't.
Which was cool. So I got offered this, and
yeah,
that's where I am now in a very short way. Obviously, there was a lot of journey there, as there would have been for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I got into it. So, in terms of, just so the kind people know, top 5 shows at the moment that you like?
At the moment, or all time? Because this is a hard question.
Just talk about some of your favourites.
Okay, so if we're talking about musicals, because it's what I predominantly watch, I know, naughty. Sorry, Paul Harford. That's my course director. So I would say Once on This Island. For those that are probably watching or listening, it probably won't be on by the time this is out. But Once on This Island, currently at the Southwark Playhouse. Really enjoyed that. It's done by...
Wait, did you see it?
Yeah, I went to go see it, so I probably didn't tell you. Yeah.
How was my friend Kyle, who's also at LCM, was he there?
Yeah, he was incredible.
I love you, Kyle.
So if you are watching, listening, Kyle.
If you are watching.
So that was really good. Really enjoyed that. That was done by a bunch of really talented young guns between the ages of 17 to 21, I think 22 maybe. That was incredible. One of my favourite shows at the moment, Waitress. I really like Waitress, quite like that. I also really like If Then. If you've not heard of it, go and look at it.
It's so true. You always talk about it.
I'll always say that's one of my top favourite musicals. It was on Broadway and never came here to the UK. If I could actually ever produce a show, it would be that one, because I think it's really good.
Okay.
Kinky Boots. I really love Kinky Boots. What am I on for? I know I'm going to end up forgetting one.
You like The Colour Purple?
I really like The Colour Purple, yeah. So The Colour Purple, they're like my top 5, but I mean it changes every day. Every time I get asked a question, it'll always be a different 5. Yeah. But for the purposes of now, that is what I can think of. So they're my top 5. What about you?
Hadestown.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Hadestown.
Yeah.
Hadestown. No, honestly, I'm just so obsessed with Hadestown at the moment. Like, I just have been for the past year, ever since we saw it at the National. Yeah. And we're literally going to New York, which we'll talk about in a minute, just so we can see Hadestown. For me, anyway. So, love Hadestown. I love Dogfight. I love Spring Awakening. I love Rent. Again, the answers change, but those are the ones right now that spring to mind. And The Grinning Man, when it was here as well, I was like so obsessed with that. I feel like I'm missing a really big one, but at the moment that's what. Oh, Waitress as well, of course. Come From Away. So I think I just stand it all. I'm very contemporary, so I'm gonna be real. I don't really listen to many of the classics, but not discrediting them. I just really like contemporary stuff. So so we didn't say how we met.
Oh yeah, so how did we met?
How did we meet?
How do we met? How do we meet?
How do we met?
How do we met? Okay, so I used to co-run a internet, what do you call it? Theatre forum platform. It was over Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. You might have heard it. It's called MTAS, or Musical Theatre Appreciation Society. I ran it for 4 years, and it was a fun 4 years. Really fun, really enjoyed it. Ups and downs, but no, probably that's all I'm going to really mention about that. And that's how I met Zsara. So I was running it, and we opened up our YouTube, and we wanted free vloggers to be on our vlogging team. So Zsara was one of them, alongside 2 other wonderful people, which were Elena and Chi. Chi you probably heard of, Chi with a C.
Chi with a C.
She's doing incredibly well right now.
We love.
Hun, she did well.
She's someone who's so unique, do you know what I mean?
God, she's so unique. I love her. So that's how we met, and we kind of just really hit it off. And then, right, we were like, so we'd known each other for probably what, a year? And then like this question popped up in our group chat, and it was like, oh, like Lewis, where you like, have you decided where you're going? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to this drama school called LCM. And I was like, what? So am I? I was like, wait, what? You're already there? Because obviously I knew you were a bit older. And you're like, nah, I'm going.
And then
we were like,
what?
Yeah.
And then on the moving day, like you lived in the floor below me, which was so many blocks. It was so
literally
weird.
kind of the room below.
Yeah.
And like,
And then that was when we became really close.
Yeah, because we met each other like first time when we went to West End Live, and that was kind of like the warm up to like obviously going to uni. But I think that was even before we knew we were going to uni.
No, it was. We didn't
found out until like July. It's
literally,
like, well, there was still results, really, wasn't it? Because obviously I needed the results to get in. So, well, it couldn't have been that late. I reckon it must have been about July time, because I would have known that, that I got my... Because I did a BTEC, you know, when you get your grades pretty much. So we went to West End Live, and then obviously there, and then we went to...
I don't think we met for a whole year though before. West End Live was the first time we met, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that was the same year, wasn't it?
That was the year, so that was, we'd known each other for a year, and then we met, and then a year later we were at the same school. So, and then obviously now we've both been here, and then we live in this house
live in a
together.
house.
So it's 4 years of friendship now then? Going on 4? I know the first year we didn't know each other tremendously well, and we hadn't met in person.
It's been 4 years, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Wow.
4 years, that's gone quick.
Yes.
I think. Well, sometimes I think it's gone quick, sometimes I think, God, that's really slow. Not in a bad way, I just think other things, you know, when you think about but alas, T for two. So
yeah, so we both left the working for them, and then we've both started our own individual channels, hence here. And then for a couple of months I've been like, Lewis, we really should podcast.
Yeah, because I wanted to do one. Loki wanted to do it on my own, and then I was like, then I kind of went off the topic, and then I have been actually thinking about it today. I was like, wow, that'd be really nice to start a podcast. I know, how weird. And now here we are. Yeah. T for two, which is a working title.
Do we like the title?
Yeah, let us know.
Can we have an intro?
Yeah, I think we need an intro. I want a song, but like I recorded no song for an intro.
No, it'll just be like loads of riffs if you were to do it.
So where are we at?
Where are we at in our friendship?
Where are we at?
Now all we do is see a lot of theatre, and we discuss so much stuff that happens on Twitter.
Oh,
so it's sort of, it's a shame that we don't film it almost, because we've got a different perspective of it. We've both been aware of the musical theatre side, well, just industry in general, like we see a lot of plays as well, we try to, and we're also training in it, so we've got like a unique perspective. Also a little bit older now, and and we've got shut up. And we've got experience working for like a company and doing this, so
and doing freelance stuff.
And doing freelance stuff, yes.
Gonna be out there and real.
We've got to promote.
It's been said. If you need me, hire me. I do freelance videography. Apparently, that's what I do. I've been hired to do it 3 times before. I can say it safely now. You've done it as well. Yeah. Yeah. If anyone needs an artist.
Oh yeah, we've done interviews. Yeah.
But we've done lots of things.
I was like, what have we done?
Well, you've done not much to do about nothing. That could be a whole other video.
Oh, that could be a whole other video.
So yes, so today we thought we didn't really know what to talk about. We just wanted to get off the feet running. Get off the feet running? Get off the ground running. Is that how it's... Oh, fucking no. Are we swearing?
I mean, we've already done
it. It will just be me that will be doing it though.
No.
You don't swear.
Yeah, I do.
Well, not as much as me.
No, not as much.
I swear all the time.
Yeah, I know. I keep swearing on my channel, and then I'm like, wait, am I a non-swearing channel? And then I'm like, shit. I don't know. I never swear at anybody in a derogatory sense, so I guess it's okay. I don't know. Yeah. So we were like, oh, let's just do a video of like introducing ourselves, what musicals we like, and then we can talk about...
So we're really excited. You know what I'm going to do? You know when people on Twitter are like, I'm glad to finally announce.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. I'm glad to finally announce that in 9 days, I will be playing the part of New York City tourist. In New York City, the musical. Me and Zsara are going to New York. Wait, let me give you the whole scene. Let me give you the whole scene.
I'm playing the part of vlogger in New York.
True, you're not even wrong. So we are going to be vlogging it. Oh my god.
Yeah, which 8 days, 7 hours and 22 minutes
until our flight leaves.
Oh.
Actually, that's until we wake up and leave the house.
Oh, okay, but still.
But still, that's when we're going to wake up. I don't think I'm going to go to bed that night.
No, I'm so
Because I think I'll sleep on the flight.
What time's our flight?
Fingers crossed. 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, cool. So we'll be leaving early. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's an hour later than what I left last time, I think.
Yeah, 9:45.
9:45 at Heathrow. And so we're like...
So, Lewis, you went to New York last year.
So yeah, I went to New York last year, Amy Lovett, and it's pretty much the same trip this year, but with Zsara.
I can't compare.
With Zsara, you know. So
like
I'm
the bookie version of Amy Lovett. We both went to Preston College and we both went to LCM.
But this year, we've swapped things up a little bit. So last year I flew with United. This year we're flying British Airlines, but it's being done for American Airlines, something like that. But we're staying, I'm not even going to say hotel, hostel. It's literally a box room, bunk beds, but it does the job and it's like $80 a night. And last year I saw, I think, 11 shows. This year we are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shows.
No, that's the tour. Basically, let's talk about that. We're a little bit annoyed.
12 shows, okay.
The amount, we actually did have more shows we wanted to see, but they've all closed.
I know, so literally this
King
month...
Kong, Tootsie.
No, Tootsie's still open. Wait,
Oh wait, not Tootsie, sorry. King Kong, The Prom, The Share Show.
Is that all of them? Are we acting like there's more?
Are we acting like there's more than there's not?
I think we are. But alas, there's still quite 4 shows that I really wanted to see The Prom. I really wanted to see The Share Show because Amy always talks about The Share Show, and King Kong because like puppetry looks really good.
Yeah.
So they're closed, but fortunately, we're still lucky enough to see other shows. So the ones that we've got on our list,
my trusty laptop.
Her trusty laptop. It's like a brick.
It's got musical theatre stuff on it though. Like we love
trash. On our list, I'll just talk about what we got and then we'll probably delve further into them. We're seeing Hadestown, which we've booked, Moulin Rouge, which we've booked, Mean Girls, Beetlejuice, Tootsie, Waitress, Beautiful, Oklahoma, which we're 50-50 about, Ain't Too Proud, 50-50 about, Bat Out of Hell, which we've booked, Hercules, which is like a whole nother ballpark, we'll talk about that in a bit, Sleep No More, which we've booked, and we're going on the NBC Studio Tour, which is real fun too.
Yeah. So obviously we've already spoken about Hadestown. We both love Hadestown.
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge is interesting because I've seen the movie years ago. You've never seen
I've now seen the movie.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I watched it at Chloe's house. You know my friend Chloe. When I was back in Bedford for a few days. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a massive storyline.
No, there's not. So I'm interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued, like the stage and everything like that, and the music that's in it. I'm just really intrigued.
Yeah.
We'll just go down the list and talk about them.
Mean Girls.
So, Mean Girls.
It has taken every ounce of my being not to listen to the sound recording. Just so people who don't know me know this, I don't listen to shows until I've seen them. So, rare chances that I do, like Dear Evan Hansen, I've listened to that loads. But most of the time, like Mean Girls, I knew I would see it eventually, so because of what it is. So I was like, I'm not listening to it. So aside from the Tony's performances, I don't know any of the songs. Whereas
I saw it last year on Broadway, and it was insane. You can actually see my New York Broadway vlogs if you want to. It's on my channel.
We'll link it in the bio.
Link it in the bio. Like, comment and subscribe.
Hit that bell icon.
Hit that bell icon to be notified when I next upload. But yeah, I went to see that last year and I really enjoyed it. A lot more than I thought I was going to. So much so that
I love Mean Girls. It's one of my all-time favourite movies. So yeah.
It's really good.
Beetlejuice again.
Never seen the film.
Saw it
on Tony's. That this production, like the production of it, is like way more like adult than the actual film. So apparently, like there's so much more adult humour and like everything like that. So I love that.
Tootsie. Again, most of these we saw on the Tony's performances. And we were like, oh, okay.
Tootsie I wasn't too wowed by, but I mean, I want to see it because it's there's a lot of controversy around Tootsie. Apparently, it's transphobic and things like that. Now, I know I'm saying that quite flippantly, like, oh, apparently it's transphobic, but I've not actually watched it.
So you can't.
I don't really know what the tea is, so obviously maybe we might bring it up in a future.
Well, when we see it, when we do our vlogs, we'll probably talk about it. Waitress, obviously. Colleen Ballinger and Todrick Hall are in it while we're there, which is like the perfect timing.
I found, like today, they've announced the new Jennifer who joins on September 16th, which I'm really devastated about. It's Jordan Sparks.
Oh!
Her vocals are going to be insane.
Is she the first person of colour to do Jenna?
No, Nicolette. That was Leslie Odom Jr.'s wife. But Jordan Sparks was in...
The second Leslie Odom Jr. was the first one.
No, imagine that.
I imagined him in the dress.
Jordan Sparks actually was in The Heights on Broadway as Nina, who sings Breathe, I think.
That's funny because she's like, I'm going to ruin no air.
I know, I got it right. So I'm like devoed. Partially, I mean, we're seeing Colleen and Todrick, which is iconic, and I can't wait. They've actually got their first show tonight. Just like, you know, the date is today, the 20th of August. So it's their first show tonight. So I can't wait to see all their like curtain call stuff. I thought it was just...
And we just love Waitress. I love Waitress.
Every time I see
it, I fall in love with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. I've never seen this, even when it was here.
I've seen it 3 times. I really like it. It's a jukebox musical, but it's so feel good, and it's like actually about Carole King's life, which I think is... So, it stops recording apparently after 25 minutes, I think. So we're back again. We're back again. So we're just spoken about Beautiful there. So like I said, I've seen it 3 times. I think it's really good. Jukebox musical done right. And then you were about to say...
I've never seen it.
That was about it. So yeah, I'm excited to see it. We're going to rush it as well. Yeah. It's kind of just a bit of a filler show, isn't it? Because we've got time to see a show. We're like, we might as well see what we can.
Yeah.
So, and you've not seen it, I think you might like
Just
it.
because I'm not even... Can you, like, tell me one of the most famous songs? Because I don't even know if I know who this person is.
You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you. Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there, yes I... Or will you still love me tomorrow?
I didn't know it was that.
Tonight with words unbroken.
I'm excited now.
Yeah, I really like it.
That's good. Next one, Oklahoma.
Now, I've actually watched a few vlogs on this. Now, I am very 50-50 on seeing it. This is actually the theatre where I saw Once on This Island last year. Great theatre. Apparently, it is a reimagining of Oklahoma, the old one. So it's not actually like the old original Roger and Hammerstein song. It's the same lyrics and book.
Yeah.
But they've contextualised it to the modern day.
Okay.
And apparently it's really good.
I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I'm mostly excited is because of Ali Stroker is in it.
Yeah.
So she was the first ever, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is right. She's the first ever person to be
to win a Tony.
Disabled in a wheelchair on a Broadway stage.
And also...
And she was in Spring Awakening Deaf West, which I love that so much.
And she was the first Tony Award winner for like physically disabled in a wheelchair. And I think the first Tony nominee as well, which is iconic. Love that.
I mean, like I'm so passionate about like representation on stage.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like I just said, I'm not a massive fan of like classical musicals, so that's another reason why I'm a bit put off. But it did look good on the Tonys.
Yeah, but like apparently the production is insane. Yeah,
I think it's just Charlie's aunt.
Probably. Like I said, really excited to see that if we do go and see it, I think.
Ain't Too Proud.
So Ain't Too Proud to Beg is about the life of the Temptations. It's something that I more want to see rather than Zsara does. Zsara was saying that she might not come and see it because she said if there's a show that you really like in that week and you want to re-watch it.
Yeah, like I feel like I could be obsessed with Mean Girls. I could really get emotional over Hades Town and want to go again.
So that's like another 50-50 alongside Oklahoma. I quite want to see Ain't Too Proud, but like if I do think like, oh, like I'd really like to see Beetlejuice again, or like I'd really like to see Waitress or Mean Girls, because I think I could definitely see Mean Girls again, probably. Or so.
But also in general, you're a bigger fan of jukebox musicals than I am.
And I just love the Temptations. I really love the Motown era and the Temptations music, so that's that.
Next one, a show that we both saw New Year's Day this year.
A guilty pleasure. I
don't know what it is.
It's kind of trash, but it's like a good show, kind of.
Maybe I can finally see Andrew Pollock actually in it as well. I've never. It's like from West End Line.
Will.
Yeah.
Bat Out of Hell. So Bat Out of Hell, we've booked for. We got $25 tickets, which is really good. It's at the New York City Centre, which isn't actually on Broadway, but it is part of Broadway. So yeah, we're going to see that. We've both seen it, so we know what we're in for. We're seeing it on our first night, just as kind of like, if we are tired that day, it's not something we do have to like really like pay attention to. We know the story, we know it's a bit whack, and it's nice to just have a listen to.
It'll keep us awake as well, because it's like, voice
literally.
Yeah, Danielle Steers.
Danielle Steers, to hear us sing. Okay, 2 out of 3 at Bad Again. So excited.
Hercules!
Right, Hercules, we can only dream, really.
My favourite Disney film, next to Mulan and The Little Mermaid, are like my top 3 films. So Hercules is on, what's it called, the theatre?
So it's called the Public Theatre, which is in Central Park.
Yes.
Basically, Hercules is it's a workshop version, I think. I don't think it's going to be costumed or anything like that.
Krista Rodriguez is in it.
Yeah, Krista Rodriguez, Tamika Lawrence, who was in If Then, who I love her vocals. It's got, like, the original guy that played Hercules in the film is playing Hades.
No way.
Yeah, man. I know.
So, however, we're bigging this up.
Yeah, like we're
probably
not
won't
actually
even get tickets.
because you
cannot buy tickets.
It's a lottery done through New York City's Today Tix. We've both entered in hopes that we're going to win.
Yes. We've entered for 4 of the performances, which is a very limited run. I think it's only on for maybe 2 weeks, maybe less than that. So it just happens to be on while we're there. And obviously, theatre goers in New York will also be applying to go, because it's not just like tourists like us that want to go. It'll be people who actually like theatre there. So there's just going to be and also when it is an online ballot, I probably would have preferred if it had been usually the public theatre do it in person, and usually they do Shakespeare and you go and you stand in a queue and you do it that way. We've not done it for this because there's just going to be like so many people trying to do it. So
and I think it's the fairest way of doing it, isn't it, really? Like, people enter the lottery and you know, you get allocated to the
so the days where we've applied for Hercules Lottery, we've got open-ended shows, so the ones that we're not too fussed about but we could see, like Ain't Too Proud, Beautiful, like, stuff like that. Next one, Sleep No More.
So Zara's definitely more excited than I am. I'm not saying I'm not excited, because I am, but I just don't think, because you know lots more about Punch Drunken. Like, I've studied it at drama school, but not in depth as you.
We
have,
actually
like,
did an immersive
style. So I'm excited, but I'm not like, oh my god, like.
Listen, I have to give credit where credit is due. My teacher, Scott, who did the Punch Drunk module with us, and we did this really cool, like, version of Punch Drunk. Lewis came to see it. It was so cool. And basically, he was telling us about Punch Drunk, the company, and I got really interested in it. And he was like, it's on in New York. And then as soon as I knew I was coming, I was like, we have to go and see it.
It was the first thing we booked.
Yeah, you cannot, if you go on their website, there's barely any information, and that's how they want it to be. They have done, Punch Drunk have done productions in London that sell out, and it always has, like, celebrities that go, but basically it's called Sleep No More. It's in the Matterick, I think that's how you say it, hotel. So basically they rent out this entire hotel, and each of the rooms has like themes, and there's like a story, and there's actors in all of the rooms. You can have one-on-one experiences. The audience, you wear masks. The actors,
you get to keep them as well.
Yeah, you do.
I'm so excited to bring that back and put it on my wall.
I know, right? Oh my god. The actors don't wear masks, and then it runs through. It does a loop twice, and then it does like a finale at the end. And then if it's too much for you, there's a bar that you can go and sit in. You can drink, and there's some actors in there as well. I just love, like, it's so contemporary, and it's also the one production that we've got that isn't a musical that we're seeing.
Yeah. So I must say,
we're trying.
So we are trying to get best of both worlds. I must say that I have noticed that To Kill a Mockingbird is on Broadway at the moment, and apparently the production is really good. So I might try. If like I say, if Ain't Too Proud isn't really ticking my box, or Oklahoma, if we can't get tickets for it.
Another thing is Betrayal. I love Tom Hiddleston a lot, and it was here and I didn't see it. So so that's the last show that is booked already. We've got like a 7:15 slot, and that's on the Monday, because Monday's like a dark day on Broadway.
Is that like a 3-hour long?
Yeah, it's quite,
I'm really excited.
3 hours, I think.
I'm really excited.
And then obviously we've got the NBC tour,
which I'm excited about. Last year I did, when I went with Amy Love, I went to go the Radio City Hall theatre backstage all access tour, which I did enjoy, but I just said to Zara, like, it's, you know, if you're really into like architecture, if you're really wanting to see Radio City Hall, which in my opinion is just like going to the London Palladium, I guess, then obviously go ahead, go to it. But like, I think you could do something very similar here. So we're going to the NBC Studio Tour. NBC Studios is where they film The Jimmy Fallon Show, Saturday Night Live, also known as SNL, a comedy show over there. Lots of other things, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think, and like. And we both just
really like.
We just thought it'd be quite fun.
Well, I like behind the scenes and stuff. Like, I've just come back from Disneyland Paris, and I loved being in the what's it called, the studios, the Disney Studios, and just felt like I was on a movie set, and I just love stuff like that.
So that's quite fun.
So yeah, I'm excited for that, and we're also going up the.
We're going to go, so that's something we're not booked yet, but I said we'll just do it on the day, because when I went on the day last year, they gave vouchers that outside, or just like $10 off or something. Nice. But like it's so good at the top of the World Trade. I literally said, Zara, we've got to do it. Yeah. I'm so excited to do it again. So yes.
So you've been to New York a lot, haven't you?
Okay, so I first went to New York in 2007 with my mum and dad back when they were together. That was a surprise holiday. That's right, we can talk about it. All access here.
A little violin.
A little violin, yeah. If you're listening, Zara just did like the mini violin, sadly. Shady bitch. So in 2007, that was a surprise holiday. We didn't know about it. It was such a good holiday. I saw Mamma Mia the musical. That was my first Broadway show. How terrible! Oh my god! If my mum and dad actually knew what a musical was. If my mum and dad cared about me, they could have took me to see something. 2007 was a good year.
What have you seen in 2007?
Anything.
What
Hairspray.
one?
Just anything.
Oh my god, yeah.
Anything. Phantom. That would
No.
But then my brother was there. I had to, you know, we had to. Anyway, besides the point, I then went the following year in 2008, didn't go and see any shows. That was, like, when I think back, I'm like, oh my god, that was when Patti LuPone was playing Mama Rose in Gypsy. The things I would have done. I then went to New York back in 2014 with my dad and my brother for Christmas. I saw 2 shows. I saw Motown the Musical and I also saw If Then. And that was a great holiday. To be fair,
How did you see If Then? Did you convince him or was
went on my own. I went on my own.
How old were you?
I was, so 2014, 16. Well, my dad dropped me off at the theatre and he picked me up.
Bye, son!
I was like, bye, Dad. I said to my dad, if I'm going to Broadway, I'm seeing shows. And I think we went to see Motown together.
Yeah.
And then and obviously my brother had to do something on his own. He was 18. So my brother did something on his own that evening.
You didn't go to Motown?
No, he would have hated it. He hates musicals. But when I went to see If Then, I think my brother and my dad went to the Top of the Rock, which I'd already done before anyway. Which was fun. And now I went last year, so that's my 4th time, and now I'm going this year, which is my 5th.
Wow.
I've been really lucky. I've been really lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, obviously, I paid for that trip all myself, but everything else has been funded by my family and things like that. I mean, I hadn't completely minded spending money when I went in 2014, though.
Yeah.
I saved up literally for 2 years.
Oh.
Like, I just saved up loads of money. Obviously, I didn't know I was going,
Yeah.
and then I realised I was going. I had $1,500.
Wow.
No, I must have more than that, because I bought my laptop.
In New York?
I bought my MacBook, yeah.
Wow, no.
Yeah.
I've been to New York once before. I went in 2016 in February, and it was a college trip. So like I was the only person on the trip though who was 21. So I was the only one that was allowed to go off and do things I wanted that didn't have to be in a group of 3 or more, which I was so thankful for. And I could drink if I wanted to, which I didn't. I'm quite good anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would have been like lone drinking, which I think is quite sad. But yeah,
which is still the case this year.
Well, so I saw 4 shows. So you have to remember 2016, although I was into musicals, I wasn't as into it as I was now.
That was such a good year as well. If that was me...
I know.
So let's just take a moment. So that was the year the Colour Purple, Cynthia Erivo won for the Colour Purple.
Yeah.
It was the year Hamilton won, All Is Fits Tony.
I tried to get tickets for Hamilton in my defence. It was $400 cheapest.
Yeah.
I only had $100 with me on that trip.
Other shows, Finding Neverland.
I saw that.
You saw. The Waitress was that year, I believe. So many shows. Anyway, besides the point, carry on.
Thank you. Yeah, so it was a 5-day trip, but we got there like, the first day was like wasted because we got there at like 9 PM, so it wasn't really. I just remember being really blinded by Times Square, but amazing, like it's been a dream of mine to be there. Because basically I wanted to be Rachel Berry my entire life, which I love the fact how Amy Lovett is like bringing Glee back, like single-handedly bringing it back, because I just love it so much. I love it so much I've not even watched the last episode because I'm in denial about it, like I don't want it to end. I've still not seen how it ends.
I've watched
Don't tell me. So... Don't do it. So I saw Les Mis as well when I was so I saw 4 shows. I saw Les Mis, Book of Mormon, Finding Neverland, Phantom of the Opera.
Which isn't too bad.
It's not too bad, no. And I also did 2 Broadway workshops while I was there.
What shows were they for?
No, Book of Mormon.
That was quite a fun
yeah, so we had the guy who goes, I've got maggots in my scrotum. So we did a workshop with him. I really don't remember what it was we did. I think we might have sung, and then he did like a Q&A at the end, which was lovely. It was nice talking to him. And then the other workshop we did wasn't, because basically the college I was with, half of the college is like a professional dance school. So the people from that who I didn't even know were on the trip as well. So obviously one of the workshops was for the professional dancers, because that one was just for, oh no, I did 3 workshops, so I totally forgot. We did an acting one, which was rubbish. We did that Book of Mormon one, and then the 3rd one was, we did a workshop, a dance workshop with this guy who was trained by Bob Fosse. He was like Bob Fosse's like apprentice, but it was really funny because he was like a bigger guy. He was like bald. He was really, really funny, but he embarrassed me so much. We were like doing this dance and I was trying my hardest, guys. I was stood at the back. All these beautiful leotard wearing dancers are in front of me. Oh, and then he goes, okay, and we're going to do a cartwheel now. And he was like, does everybody know how to cartwheel? And I was like, sorry, sir, I don't know how to cartwheel.
Sorry, sir.
And he was like, okay, well, just come here then. Thinking he was going to let me sit out. No.
Did he do one?
He was like, okay, I'm going to show you how to do a cartwheel. He brought me to the front with this other girl and made us do attempt a cartwheel in front of all these beautiful 17, 18-year-old like pro dancers. I was so embarrassed. So Yeah, that was that, and then before we knew it, we were coming back home. I remember going, it was very cold as well. I remember doing like Central Park ice skate and literally having to run to the airport.
Yeah.
So, but it was a college trip, and I didn't really have any friends on that trip.
Do you
I was very
remember
much
much
on my
of the
own.
trip?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember, like, because like when I went with Amy last year, like she got like you'll see it in my vlogs if you go and watch them. She was very emotional when we landed because
I cried.
from like, but no, the second time we went, because it wasn't her first time when we went, it was her second time.
I probably will cry.
Because it's like being able to actually experience it how you want to experience it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
it was, and also like I've just briefly flippantly mentioned, I went with $100. I was so poor. Yeah. I used everything I could to go on that college trip, and then when I was actually there, I was so poor. I bought the 2 theatres, so I bought Phantom and Finding Neverland at the cheapest tickets they had, and I literally lived off the morning breakfast they gave us in the hotel and like a slice of pizza in the evening because I was just so poor when I was there. I literally didn't buy like anything. I might have bought my mum like a mug from the souvenir shop. Whereas this year I'm like, oh, musical theatre merchandise.
We're going to go to
Who is she?
We'll have to go to Theatre Circle, which is a musical theatre shop.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you're not allowed to film in there. I learned the hard way. Oh my god,
You're not allowed to film in a theatre shop?
No, it's
what?
So I was filming for my vlog. If you look at my vlog, you'll know, like, it's basically us filming, and like I panned over, and the guy was like, "You're not allowed to film in here, sir." And then Amy like heard, but she carried on filming.
Okay.
If you want more content, go to it.
Some shops in America are like that. Like when I watch like Shane Dawson, he always gets shut down in like Walmart for like filming or something. So
literally.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited that I get to go with you. I'm excited that I get to do my own itinerary. And we're there for like 8 days. 8
solid days because we arrive midday on the Thursday.
And we get to do some sightseeing stuff.
Yeah. So it's going to be nice.
When is this being uploaded? Before we go?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So if you've got like any other recommendations or places we maybe should look into, please let us know, because although you've been a bunch of times, it's always good to know new things.
Yeah, like if you've got anything, let me know.
Yeah.
Some I might know about, some might be new. But yeah. What else should we talk about whilst we're here? We've probably got a
good amount there, maybe. Yeah. Maybe the last thing to wrap it up is if there's anything that anybody who actually watches this wants us to talk about.
Like if you want us to talk about drama school, cool, can do.
Or experiences auditioning, maybe.
Yeah.
If you want us to talk about general news in theatre.
Yeah, can do that.
Doing YouTube even.
We can talk about that. We could talk about previous things that we've done other than YouTube, maybe. Like I could talk about like maybe freelance stuff that I've done, if that's interesting to anyone.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
let us know.
If you want to know anything, let us know. But thank you for listening to our working title of Tea for Two. Tea for Two. We've enjoyed having you here. Maybe next time, bring a brew. Sit down.
Well, like bring your Pepsi Max, which this is not #spawn.
Not sponsored.
I'm just addicted to Pepsi Max. Both of us are like Pepsi Max.
I love Pepsi. But yes, if you've got any tips, tricks for New York, let us know. And yes, we should probably mention we're going with here's us thinking we're going to finish it. We're going with Bryony Rose. Go and check out her YouTube.
Which I've just met her today, and she's the loveliest person.
Iconic.
I wish I had to go because I had to go meet a friend, but I was like, I'm just going to sit with her all day.
Here's us thinking we're finishing. Yeah. Karen.
Sorry,
it's alright. But yeah, if you want to hear more from us, then let us know.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram. I am on Instagram at @TheLewisSnell, also on Twitter at @TheLewisSnell also, if you're listening to this online somewhere. And Zsara, where are you?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter also under Zsara Jaeger, which I will spell beautifully for you, is also the name of this channel. So at Zsara Jaeger, no underscores, no nothing. So yeah,
if you want to find us, you can do. DM us, let us know.
DM us,
if you want us to talk about anything in particular. But yes, thank you all for listening or watching if you're on the channel. But yes, I think, you know what? We might have to put this on like SoundCloud or something.
No, we can, people listening. What's it called? What's that? The one I use? Podcasts. It's just an app on your on the iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, on the iPhone.
Do they do it on internet as well?
Yeah, they do. There's loads. Yeah, there's loads of people that like. Well, not loads. Loads of like different apps and things.
There we go. Yeah. So we've started a podcast. We don't even know quite how we're uploading it yet.
We don't even know how frequently we're going to do this, but it's just nice talking about stuff. We talk about it anyway, so maybe we might as well.
Maybe like once a fortnight. maybe once a month.
Yeah, and especially now that we're going into our 3rd year, things
Oh, it's
will
gonna
be
be
hectic.
very
But we can take
interesting.
you guys on the process of
Oh
it,
my
getting
gosh,
agents, doing our 3rd year shows.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Please employ us.
Please, someone represent me. But yes, thank you all for listening.
Thanks. Stay stagey, that's my hashtag. What's your hashtag?
Just be happy, I guess, isn't it?
Aww.
Eat what you want.
That sucks.
Don't let anyone tell you what for.
There we go. That's the real one now, right?
Oh, well, just, you know, don't let anyone tell you what for. Do what you want. What you
And then
want
eat
to
what
do.
you want, but okay.
Oh, eat what you want. Oh,
what
definitely.
you
Yeah,
want.
I like chicken nuggets every
So
day.
eat what you want, chicken nuggets, and stay stagey. That's the main motto.
Literally.
And we're officially wrapping this up because we will just sit here and talk.
We will. We'll talk shit.
Because I know Lewis is just going to sit on his phone for the next hour now.
Oh, no, because someone's talking to me about Joe Sugg on...
If you want to see his rant about Joe Sugg, have a look.
It's not even a rant. I support Joe Sugg fully. I just don't...
No. If you want to see the rant about the drama, not about Joe
Then
Sugg.
go check
Sorry,
it out on
that
my
was
channel.
badly phrased. Okay.
Right, well, see you later.
Bye,
Oh my god, I've got to get up now.
Oh, mummy.